Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. This is Dr. Sharon and Walt Kaminski, and it's December already, right? We're in like full holiday swing around here. What about you, Walt?
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Been
Mm.
a retail a number of years now, and I see those stressful faces on those people in these stores, with all the customers coming in looking for those holiday gifts before it gets really crazy, right?
Yeah, I was even at the post office today. I ran over there real quick to mail some things, and they were jam-packed. And the postmaster, she was just moving as fast as she could. She's like, I can't keep up at this time of year, and they're
I
just
would imagine
running.
this is package season. We got our first Christmas card at home today, so
Nice.
um, it is the season
Yep.
for ho ho ho.
Ho, ho, ho. And it's also that season where people are thinking about, oh my gosh, it's 2024 coming up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they want to run to 2024 and they're going to start a new life in 2024, right? They're just already thinking December 18th, I think, or December 13th, I forget, is the day that most people decide what they're going to do starting in January.
Wow. Well, you know what? Well, I think we need to get that started a little bit earlier because, hey, we may want to take some time off and be with family and friends towards the end, and we want everyone to kind of take a think about the concept that we've talked about so many times in the last several months where we've been doing this, and that's stop, challenge, and choose. Only the idea here is, let's really stop, right? How many times do you roll through that stop sign when you're driving and not think about it? Like, we're just going somewhere, stop sign, we're going to roll through it. Or how many times do you just open up the app on your phone to Amazon or wherever and just buy something because, you know, something to do. You got your phone in your hand, you make a purchase. And and how many times do you just at the supper table, out with your friends, just grab something else, whether it be another cocktail, whether it be another appetizer, just because. So the focus tonight here is let's take a hard stop. Let's take a hard stop. Sharon, can you think of some times where you might be around the neighborhood driving and get faced with that roll through something?
Yeah, as I was thinking about this hard stop in my development, I I do hard stops because there's kids in the area. There's people running or walking, and I know people, and I want to also show my kids before that this is how you're going to do it. This is the speed limit, and this is where you stop. But I'll, full transparency here. There's times that I'm on the road as I get farther and farther from home, and it's kind of like a stop, and I'm still going. It's not a hard stop.
Right. And I think that hard stop is what I think we would really recommend everybody do. Maybe not in the moment, but within the next few days, do that hard stop and don't be away from home. Don't be far away from yourself. Take that inventory of where you're at in your life, right? I know I've been getting a lot of communication, to review my 401k, review my purchases on a credit card. These are the categories you spent all your money on last year. All these things to review. Well, let's take an inventory of where we are in our healthy mind, healthy body, healthy finances, right? Let's take a hard inventory. What do you think would be a good segue for that for somebody, Sharon? How do you think of that?
So, in an article today that I read actually about the financial health that's linked to medical health and physical health is the cost of our meds, right? And the overwhelming feeling that we get. So, the statements come out at the end of the year of how much you spent on your medications. People are hitting the donut hole earlier and earlier every year, and they have to spend more. And they start seeing their value of everything that they're spending going down. And I think as soon as you start to physically feel a sensation, icky, tight in your chest, your heart's racing, you start to get, tense, that stop has to be full on, um, I mean, a red light is a red light. A stop sign is red, where you just pause. It's okay. There's time to pause, which allows us to use kind of that human brain as we talk about it to take our next step. And I stop with deep breaths, lots of deep breaths. And I am always having water with me, and I sip some water. But if that's what you were asking here, in terms of what do you do in that moment to stop, that's feel the feeling and then take a breath, sip some water.
And then when we do that and we do that stop and we do this hard stop, let's challenge ourselves.
Yes.
Are we in it to win it? Whatever it is, are we in it to win it? Are we in it 100%? Or are we just pumping the brake and saying, it's good as it is? This is as good as it gets. Is it as good as it gets? It reminds me of the Jack Nicholson movie with Ellen Hunt. Is this as good as it gets? And are you avoiding the crack in the road as you're walking on the sidewalk?
Right.
Or are you willing to step on those cracks and say, this is what I need to do? And that challenge yourself, right? How hard is it, Sharon? You've been talking to people for years now. How hard is it for people to challenge themselves and really, really mean it when they're thinking about that trilogy of things we just talked about?
Initially, challenge is the one of the hardest things beyond the stop. First, recognizing the need to stop, but challenging somebody's own past habits, their belief systems, what they think other people are going to think. That challenge is hard, but it really, once they practice it, it gets easier. And it's just allowing for your brain to say, wait a minute, is what I'm about to do next moving me towards what I want? Or is it moving me farther away? Whether it's physically or mentally or financially, right? They're all important. You can't have good health without all of those being in balance. So challenge becomes easier with more practice.
Right. I agree 100%. And then lastly is choose. And here's the part, right? We've all done all the hard stuff, right? We came to the complete stop. We looked both ways. We challenged ourselves and thought through, do we move into oncoming traffic? Do we merge onto the superhighway of life? Fully, fully aware of what we need to do next for ourselves in our health, in our mindset, and in our finances. And when you have that, you then choose you. Choose you and what you need over everything else, because everything else will take care of itself. And Sharon, I know, again, something that you've done with others so many times and yourself, I'm sure as well. How great does it feel when you choose you? Can you
Oh,
just share that with everybody, how great that feels?
it's different because I wasn't used to that, but for just over 10 years, choosing me first, I've learned it's not selfish. And it makes me a better person, which makes everybody else who I interact with have a better experience with me. Right. And so if I'm in that giving sense and I'm better for myself, I have more to give to others when my cup is full. And that involves my self-care. And it's choosing it. Listen, if you don't choose for yourself, you're going to fall into either a default past or you're going to fall into somebody else's plan for you. They don't have your best interest at heart. They have what's best for them. Right. So it is freeing, actually, to stop, challenge what's going on, think about what's happening, why are we feeling this way, and what do I need to do to move forward, and then make that choice and be okay with it. Be okay
Yeah.
even if you chose something that wasn't so good, or you made a bad investment, or you had a drink, or you stopped exercising that day, whatever. It's okay. Take that responsibility and be like, this is what I've learned from choosing, and then apply that to the next moment that you get to practice. Stop, challenge, and choose.
Well said. And you know what? Just to wrap it up real quick again, do this early. Don't wait till New Year's Eve to start saying, "Oh, what am I going to do? What's my resolution going to be?" Make that resolution be stop yourself. Hard stop. Challenge yourself to be the best version of yourself in 2024 and choose you and move into 2024 with yourself at the spotlight and enjoy it and be healthy, wealthy, and wise.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for tonight. I hope you were all inspired by this idea of stop, challenge, and choose, and connect with us. We're here to help you achieve that. And with that, we say good night.